Way back in '96, at the time of Tupac's shooting, he was in a car with former Death Row Records CEO Suge, Marion Knight, when a white Cadillac with two or three males inside pulled up beside them and fired shots. Well, now here we are, like 27 years later, man. Keffe D. Let's listen to what he had to
You
say.
really feel a type of way about Puffy not reaching out to you, man. I can tell by talking to you that you feel a type of way about it. So nobody from Puffy team reached out to you.
No, hell no, hell no, hell no. I did time for the bro, everything. You know what I'm saying? That nigga,
He said, I did time for Puffy. I did time for Puffy. How'd you do time for Puffy?
he didn't even send me a suit, man. That's bad.
He didn't even send me a
I
suit.
seen it. This other dude, named Fleetwood, ran into him. He like, man, Puffy send me $20,000 worth of clothes every season. I said, for real? Yeah, but yeah, no, he never reached out to me or nothing. Yeah, and don't look like he won't ever reach out to me. Yeah, yeah. I met him. I met him back in like '91. Uh, he was uh he was doing an Usher video. My way, you know what I'm saying? My way. No, no, not my way, but can I get with you? That was Usher very first song, and they called my hydraulic place, and that's to use some lowriders. So I let them use my phone. We took the car up there. Usher danced all on the hood, on the window door. So it was a big old dent in it and shit. So I took it up to the paint shop, man, and they like, man, we got to paint the whole car. So Puffy reimbursed me with that. That's where I met Puffy. Puffy, everybody think I met him through Zib and D Mac and stuff like that. No, he called and that,
If you're paying attention to what happened, Zip, BMAC, all these people were involved in one way or another in the demise of Tupac Shakur. Zip allegedly got the $1 million, but never gave it to Keefee Davis. For now, Keefee Davis says diagnosed with cancer, and I guess he's exposing Puffy.
that's used my lowrider for Usher video. Could I get with you? Usher got the little Lakers uniform on. He in school. You know, you know what video I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Could I get with you? Yeah, yeah. That's how I met Puff. And he wound up kicking me the 4,000, paying 4,000 to get the car repainted. Yeah.
What makes you say you lost your empire because of Puffy? Why you say that?
I did. Shit. If I wouldn't have never met him, I wouldn't have never been involved in this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If I would have never met the brother,
Mm.
I wouldn't have never been involved in this bullshit. Really, because me and Suge was.
Yeah, that's deep. So he said, if I never met Tupac, I would have never been involved in this bullshit talking about the Tupac murder.
Met the brother. I wouldn't have never been involved in this bullshit. Really, because me and Suge was playing on the same Pop Warner team and everything. My homeboys helped put Suge in the game and all that shit. You know, and it really crashed two people empire. That
Took Suge out, right? When they stomped down Orlando Anderson at the Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Studio in Las Vegas the night Tupac died. So Suge Knight goes and catches the 9 years or whatever, for the assault probation parole violation. The heat comes down on Orlando Anderson years later, and after Tupac Shakur's mom opened up the criminal investigation, and he ended up confessing to the Tupac murder. But now he keeps talking about it, so of course they're gonna come back after him.
fucking one night. I'm saying mine's for sure. Suge too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. So you feel like Puffy, he's the reason for your empire and Suge empire going down because of the whole situation with Tupac.
Exactly. He the only one still balling. Shit. Yeah, he made our shit go down, man. Yeah, I ain't even met him over. He won't even look out or nothing. You know?
So break that down, man, for the people out there that don't know the backstory. What did Puffy do exactly to break down y'all empires?
because he pitted us against each other. It seemed like he pitted us against each other. Which was kind of smart because we're Crips and Suge was Bloods. Like, you know what I'm saying? He just called me and Zip was rolling up Greenleaf one night. He called and asked, you think it's safe to come out here to do our concerts? And I just said, man, give me like 50 tickets to each concert. We'll be out there with you. We'll go with you. We went to the concert in San Diego, went to the concert in Anaheim, Irvine Meadows, and the one in Las Vegas with them. Yeah. Yeah, and back then they was just a startup coming up, you know what I'm saying? They didn't really have no money like that. We were balling. We was the bosses. For sure. I know I was a boss. My whole crew was bosses. I made bosses all over the country, like I said. I even made some bosses in Boosley Town. What you up, Baton Rouge? I got a couple of homeboys out there in Baton Rouge rolling. He just don't know who I know. And if he smoked any kind of crack or snort any kind of coke, he probably had some of my product. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Boots. But yeah, getting back to Puff, yeah, I feel he never reached out or nothing. Yeah, like I'm some shit on the grass or something. You know what I'm saying? You know how you step around and shit on the grass? Yeah, yeah.
Is this somebody who all along there was some suspicion
about all that? All them gnats, they can't really touch me. Y'all, at the end of the day, y'all see and y'all know what it is. The track record, y'all know the business acumen, y'all know the community service. I don't even care if it's hard to believe because the proof is there.
Although we all know the name of the person who made the fatal shot and ended Tupac Shakur's life in 1996, the police have reasons to believe that there's more to the story, and apparently, the newly reopened case has sent shockwaves through the music industry, making one notorious hip-hop mogul freaking out since the truth about his...
I don't know if it was Orlando Anderson. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but it's easy to pin it on a dead man.
His involvement in this crime unexpectedly became within reach.
Nearly 27 years after that infamous night, but he's happy it's happening, and he says he hopes it'll bring some more closure to the case.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Celeb Live Channel. As you know, no arrests have ever been made in the aftermath of merciless shooting of the 25-year-old rap legend almost 3 decades ago, but it seems like the police now have way more clues pointing to the person organizing this crime. July 18, Las Vegas police confirmed that they served a search warrant in connection with the long unsolved shooting of Tupac Shakur, propelling the case back into the spotlight nearly 30 years after the rap legend demise. And while fans and the family of Tupac setting their hopes high to finally see the culprit paying the price for this atrocious crime, there's one person who is now struck with panic.
Oh, you already know Puffy is freaking out. I mean, you heard Eminem say it in the MG Kelly track. He was like, Kells, the day you put the hit on me is the day that Diddy admits he put the hit out that got Pac killed. Then, of course, he said, I'm just playing with you, Diddy, at the end. But a lot of people underground always kind of knew Diddy had a hand in that shit. Did Diddy have a hand in Tupac demise 27 years later? I think this is this is crazy. Definitely a moment in hip hop.
And that's the main suspect in this case, infamous music producer Sean Diddy Combs.
Do you feel like Puffy owe you?
Yeah, he should. I think he should look out.
Tupac Shakur's tragic demise has remained a mystery for the better part of 3 decades, despite the repeated public assertions of a man who says he was in the car from which gunshots rang out and shot the rapper, who was a passenger in another vehicle. Now, it seems like the police are very close to shed more light on this situation, and they have discovered many interesting evidence: an iPhone, a desktop computer, 4 laptops, a handful of tablets with shattered screen, an issue of Vibe magazine about Shakur, along with 2 black tubs of photographs, and the bullets that could be the same, ones that were used to gun down the rapper.
And subsequently, that gun is used to shoot Tupac. So he's openly saying that he's, a significant part of this whole murder.
The police don't disclose their finding with the media and reporters at the moment, but there has been talk in Hollywood that the news of Tupac's case being investigated again after almost 3 decades could be potentially damaging for Diddy, who is believed to be the prime suspect in this case. And although the music mogul has an alibi for that night and wasn't actually far away from the crime scene, there's a belief that he was the one who hired a hitman to execute the rapper. Police in Las Vegas searched a home connected to Dwayne Keith Davis, also known as Keffe D, who has long been a central figure in the case. In his book, Compton Street Legends, Davis describes himself as one of 3 living eyewitnesses to Shakur's shooting, according to the book's description on Amazon. Despite his claims that he knows everything about the case and was even handing Orlando Anderson, the alleged shooter, the gun, Keefee D, has never been charged or arrested as an accomplice. Apparently, his testimony is too valuable for police. And now, it feels like they got the missing puzzle of the picture and ready to press charges against the main villain in this story, Diddy.
In the community, as we know, and in the streets, there was never a mystery to who killed Tupac. That was never a mystery.
There have been rumors swirling in the past that Diddy paid off the police and investigators and used all his influence and connection to hush this case and turn it into the unsolved mystery of the 90s. However, Diddy might have forgotten the simple truth that karma will come back to you with punishment when you least expect it. And now, when Keffe D's house has been searched and many new evidences of his and Diddy's involvement have been found, it seemed like a matter of time because the officers would be knocking on the music mogul's door with a warrant.
So when I hear or I see things, and I'm like, wow, this vibe that they got.
So far, there have not been any legal answers to this case, but many people and clues pointed that Diddy was very much interested in silencing Tupac. 2 years prior to the tragic incident, Shakur was seriously wounded in another shooting during a robbery in the lobby of a Midtown Manhattan hotel. He was shot several times and lost $40,000. As Tupac alleged after, not only Diddy knew about the attack, but he also helped to organize shooting and beating. The music mogul openly accused Tupac of lying, saying, "This story is a lie. It is beyond ridiculous and is completely false. Neither Biggie, Wallace, nor I had any knowledge of any attack before, during, or after it happened." But we all know how Diddy usually replied any attack before, during, or after it happened. But we all know how Diddy usually replies to all accusations. In his own words, other rappers try to stain his reputation and bring him down all the time because of their envy.
Is there has been negative propaganda put out about me that's not true.
But now, Diddy seems to have lost his confidence, learning that the case, the whole bunch of new evidence, will be presented to a grand jury in Las Vegas. And what's even worse for the notorious music mogul is that, according to a person with direct knowledge of the investigation, no one was authorized to speak publicly to prevent any leakages. However, many people don't even need more clues because it's all been obvious for them since the start. As one person commented, everyone knows it was Puff Daddy. It was never a mystery. He paid the Crips because somehow Orlando had some revenge against Tupac, but he loved him and all A too. And another user added, "Seeing Combs has blood on his hands, just as Suge Knight has blood in his hands regarding to Easy 8. Now let's see how Diddy will try to save his reputation and freedom this time, because there are too many giveaways that basically scream about his involvement in this case. And it's not the first time his name pops up amidst the talk about this tragic incident. Do you guys remember how retired lap police officer named Greg Kading claimed that Tupac's demise in a drive-by shooting was planned by Diddy?
For Sean Combs, I mean, what are his choices really? I mean, is he going to come out and confess to his association with the killers of Tupac?
In his documentary, Greg directly accused Diddy of being guilty in organizing Tupac's fatal shooting, and he even found out the music producer paid gang member Dwayne Keith, Keffe D Davis, $1 million to eliminate the rival. As Kading insisted, the case was solved long ago by the Los Angeles Police Department, but there was an interesting reason why Diddy was not charged. In the film, Kading alleged that Los Angeles authorities decided not to charge Combs partly because of his celebrity. They also declined to pursue Tupac's case because the suspected gunman Orlando Anderson also passed away by that time, having been shot in an unrelated incident.
There's a pretty good chance that Orlando Anderson would have been charged had more time been given to put the case together.
Now, Greg Kading claims that Diddy successfully eliminated everyone who was somehow related to his fatal shooting. However, he made a mistake by keeping Keffe D alive, and now, after the police searched...
That's crazy. He said Puffy eliminated everybody that could tie him to this case except for Keffe D, the one that's doing all the talking right now.
...his house, they have more evidence to finally press charges against the music mogul. As Kading says, Diddy had no choice, and although it's hard to say who started all that West Coast, East Coast beef between the rapper, apparently, Diddy chose to fire first against his enemies. According to Kading, Diddy was in a state of desperation and knew that if he didn't take matters into his own hands, he might have been the one gunned down. It was a preemptive strike. As Diddy himself said multiple times, there are many people who wished him ill in the industry, and his main task when he wakes up every day is to fight back and protect himself by all means.
But I'm not playing. I'm back outside and I'm fighting back for us And I'm also do a little fighting back for me.
But if Diddy actually wants to save himself this time, he must pull out all the aces he has in his sleeve, because not only the police are coming for him, but it feels like the whole industry is about to bring him down for organizing this hideous crime. Another hip-hop legend, Eminem, was so impressed and shocked by Tupac's demise that he even openly accused Diddy in his track Kill Shot. The part of the lyrics say, "But Kells, the day you put out a hit's the day Diddy admits that he put out a hit's the day Diddy admits that he put the hit out that got pack." Oh, I'm sick of you being whack. Although in the end of the track, Eminem says he's just playing with Puffy. Apparently, it more than a joke for Slim Shady, because as he once stated, Tupac had an enormous influence on him.
Was the first rapper to me that could make you cry. Like I felt him that much.
Now the fate of Diddy is in the police's hands, and there is hope to see him going down for the crime he had organized 3 decades ago. However, the internet users can't seem to come to one opinion about Diddy's long-awaited imprisonment, with some netizens writing things like, "The wrath of the Lord is moving on Dirty Money Diddy for surely." And it seems like other fans lost all hope, and one of these skeptics commented, "Nothing will come of this. Puffy is too big. Unless they get some recording or film, it's he said, she said stuff." Well, time will tell if the culprit behind this crime is going to be punished. And what do you think about this, guys? Will Diddy get away this time, as usual? Or is the evidence against him too solid and his thick pockets won't save him this time?
So what do you think, man? Can Diddy get away with this time around the box, man? Let me know. I thought this was very, I thought this was pretty important, especially for a long time. People have been wondering who killed Tupac. Everyone knew Diddy was involved in it, man. But let me know what y'all think about this. And like always, you already know you want to be part of the program. Get on board, But till then, and don't forget, disclaimer on fair use. We out of here.
That's the bad guy.